Hi. Um, some of my video didn't go too well. I have to refilm this. Uh, so, a lot of people can tell their story right away. I can't. I am now graduated from high school. I am now far away from him, but the situation was re brought up in my life, and I am tired of him walking all over me. I am tired of him treating me like I'm trash. I'm tired of him acting like I ruined his life when he hurt me. So, yeah. Oh, don't mind the YouTube video in the background. That's my best friend. She's watching YouTube. Um, yeah. Me and her share a room because I moved out. I have my own apartment with my best friend and her parents. I pay rent. I have a car. I have a job. Guess who doesn't? Him. Anyways, clock it. Sorry. Um, I can make jokes about it all day. That's how I cope. Anytime I tell people what happened to me, it's better to joke about it because I haven't really sat down and processed it myself. So this is a way of me processing what happened to me. Uh, so it starts in 8th grade or 7th grade. I met him in 7th grade summer going into 8th grade. I was playing football. Um, my whole life, my mom was like, my brothers can play any sport they wanted to. I wanted to go into pageants. I wanted to, be a movie star. I wanted to be in like all these different things. I wanted to be fucking. I even wanted to be a ballerina, being my size. Yeah. Oh, sorry, guys. Um, and this went on for a while until I was like, fuck it, sign me up for the same football team my brother's on. Yeah, that didn't go well because I was the only girl on an all guy football team, but I still whooped y'all's asses when we did the circle up and we tackled each other. I whooped all y'all's asses, all y'all's. And don't say it was because I was a girl. You guys wouldn't light on me, because once you saw me go through all of you, then, then when I got tired, that's when you were like, we pushed her out. Oh, sorry, off topic. I have very bad ADHD. Well, I actually have ADD. I don't have the hyperactive disorder, but they umbrella termed it, and now it's all ADHD, even though it's not how it works. Anyways, so um, I'm trying to remember. I wish I wrote all this down, but I'm scared. I've never journaled this or anything. My therapist told me to, but uh, I never did. I'm sorry, therapist lady. I forgot your name. She dropped me. Anyways, um, let me see. So after middle school, like 8th grade year going into freshman year, that summer, me and him had rekindled around. So we originally, I don't know how we re met. I don't know. I don't know if we met each other through a mutual friend or if it was like through Instagram or even if it was through Teams during school. If we noticed each other's names, it probably was that. But we re met. We were in classes together. We got together. It was around COVID, so everything was online. So you would think, hey, yo, don't be dumb. Like, if he's being the way he is to you, get out of the relationship. Well, I never saw a healthy relationship ever in my life. My mom was never in a healthy relationship. I've never seen her in a good relationship. I mean, she's married two men in her life, one when she was 17, and then again when she was in her 40s. And she divorced both of them. Yeah, because they weren't good relationships. I don't care what people say. I don't even care if my brothers never talk to me again. She was not in a good relationship. with their dad. Anyways, um, off topic. So I never saw a good relationship ever in my life, and you know, me being the dumb, naive girl I was, I got in a relationship with this guy that actually found me cute. This guy that actually wanted to be with me. So I was like, fuck it, I'll deal with it. My mom did. And you don't think you would go through stuff like that in high school. You don't think you would go through that stuff like that in middle school. But you do. It happens. Everything happens. No matter how absurd or how crazy you think it's going to be, it happens. Anyways, so when we got into high school, it was all online, and he would tell me he would KMS himself if I ever hung up on him. So we had to stay on call on our school computers all the time. Had to keep it plugged in all the time on call. He would tell me like all these sweet things. He'd be so sweet to me all the time. But then he wouldn't. He would cheat on me. I found out he cheated on me because one time he FaceTimed me while on call with a girl he cheated on me with, and he told her that he doesn't love her and that he loves me, and that night she tried to kill herself because of the way he treated her. And I feel horrible for that. And then for the next couple of years, she tried to literally push me out of the school. She was horrible to me, and it was all because of a man. Yeah. And anyways, so I'm getting so off topic. So and then when we started going on campus, oh wait, no. Before we were going on campus, we would meet up at the park all the time. His best friend was dating my best friend. I was dating him. So we were always meeting up at the park, hanging out. I would ride my bike across town from where I live to the high school. I lived super far away. I lived on the whole other side of town, but I can't explain that to you guys because I don't want you guys knowing where I lived or where I live. I live in a total different town now, but my mom still lives there. So, no. Anyways, so all that happened. I would go to the park, see him. I would walk, ride my bike, 100-degree weather, just go see him. Um, anything and everything. I was 100% devoted to him. 100%. I would say that. He had his finger wrapped around me. Like, I don't know, but it was crazy. I still can't believe that he controlled me that much. And then on top of that, my best friend was dating his best friend, so I just thought it was normal because, yeah. Um, anytime I found out he was cheating on me, I would break up with him, but then he would tell me that he would kill himself if I, or KMS himself, if I broke up with him. So, in a sense, he made me get back together with him, but the first time we broke up was because I wanted to break up with him. And then I was out with my best friend because I was like, I can't handle him. He's too much. I need out. So I broke up with him. Texting me the whole time. I had my phone turned off. Texting me the whole time. He's gonna kill himself. He's gonna kill himself. I go to hang out with this friend. We're playing like Truth or Dare, and then my ex best friend had told me to, or had told this girl to kiss my cha cha, my boobie, and they did. And then that night, he had, mm, ooh, that night, oh, oh, I, that night, oh, I don't know if I could say this. Oh, my heart's dropping. I don't know if I can do this. Um, that night, he had forced me to cut the word slut into my tit, and then he had sent pictures of it to my ex best friend, and said, "See, look at it's your fault. Look at what's happened to her. It's your fault." So, so that happened. My best friend sends the pictures to my mom. My mom, nobody could tell what part of my body it was. They thought it was my arm because I do have a past of self harming. A lot of stuff, you know. Um, so she checked my arm and everything. She didn't see anything, so she was like, "Okay, fine, it's okay. I love you. If anything's going on, you can talk to me." I couldn't. I didn't know how to tell her that this guy is treating me like shit. And yeah. And then, throughout the relationship, I would go to my therapist. I wouldn't tell her like to the extreme what was going on. I would just tell her like, yeah, sometimes when we're doing stuff, I don't want to do stuff, but then he just makes it to where I feel like I have to say yes, and then I end up just saying yes, and then we do it, but then I just feel gross afterwards. And I don't know how to really properly say this word. I've never been able to properly say this word, but it's like corrosion, coerced. There it is, something like that. Coerced, coerced. I don't know. And she told me that that was what that was, and I had no idea what that was. I was like, oh, okay, that's good to know. Um, Again, I was a freshman in high school, so what else was I supposed to do? I didn't know what to do. Um, so the rest of the relationship would just be on and off. He would cheat on me and stuff, and stuff like that, and you know, there was I'm all over the place. One second. So again, we were still on and off, and like at this point, he's my first love. I love him so much. He's been my guy, for so long, even the cheating and everything else. I thought, okay, the first time, he won't do it again, right? He won't. He won't do that. And then we're still on call. He's forcing me to wear exactly what he wants me to wear to school. And on the days he told me to wear a skirt, again, coerced into doing something I didn't want to. There was one day that we went behind a store uh, during school lunch, I think it was, or it was after school. I don't remember exactly what time it was. I just remember it happening. We walked to Rayleigh's, the store, and behind the store there was like a pile of glass, and um he told me to get down on the glass like hands and knees. I was wearing a skirt, and then he just fucked me right there. I had cuts all up and down my knees and my hands from the random glass that was on the floor. Could have gotten any disease doing that, but no. And I didn't want to, but felt like I had to. Um, so further on through the relationship, and yeah, that was another one where I was just like, oh, you know, he didn't know, he didn't mean to. Like, I don't know what was going on through my head. I just didn't want to believe that he knew that the glass was there. I didn't want him to know, you know. So I just moved past it. I didn't even talk about it afterwards. I stayed quiet because the best thing to do in that relationship was just to stay quiet. And I didn't tell anyone what was going on. And then um so many other things happened. I can't explain everything. I don't know if I can. Mentally, I don't know. But stuff happens. All I know is that I don't want anybody to go through what I had to go through. Yeah. And then one time we were broken up, and oh wait, hold on. When we were together, he told me to leave the school. Usually we hung out after school and stuff. He didn't want to hang out with me at all. And he was with the girl he cheated on me with, and I went to confront him, and then his football teammate pulled me aside and he was like, "Hey, what's going on? Like, I don't care what he has to say. What do you have to say?" And that really opened my eyes. He said, "You just need to leave him. Like, no matter what you do, my mom's been through relationships like that her whole life too. And what you just need to leave. You need to get out of there. Like, I don't even care what he has to say. I know he's my friend, but like, I don't like when women do that. When women have to go through that." And that was a very eye opener. One of his friends pulled me aside from his football team throughout the whole relationship. I had girls that he cheated on me with trying to literally rip my head off. I had all of his friends hating me, and I didn't know why. I mean, he was the one cheating on me. What did I do? I went back with him anytime he wanted me to get back with him. Did everything he said. I dressed the way he wanted me to dress. Everything he said. And yet I was the bad guy. And this one was the only one that came up to me and he's like, "Dude, you can't put yourself through this." And then as time went on and everything happened, ow. Oh, sorry. I had to close the door. As time went on and everything happened, I finally broke up with him. He got with this girl and he was up in my DMs again and I'm like, "Dude, like you're going to cheat on this girl too?" Or whatever. Whatever you say. So she was off at church camp and we did stuff. Oddly enough, we did stuff at a church while she was at church camp, and I feel so sorry for that girl. But if she knows the way of who this person was like, she would know that he's controlling, and no matter what you do, what you say, he'll make you say yes, no matter what. And I can't explain how he would do it. I can't explain what was going through my mind. I just know it happened, and I regret it. I regret everything. Everything. Every single thing. And then another time we were hanging out and we were hanging out with his friend and we we're driving around, all three of us, me, him, and his friend, and he breaks down, so we have to go to the store. We have to walk to the store to get stuff for his car. Of course he takes me because I'm not trusted with his friends. Sorry, my best friend walked in. So of course he takes me because I'm not trusted to stay alone with his friends. So we walk to the store and I barely tap him. Like barely. I'm like, "Slick bug, tap." I'm like, "Oh shoot, I barely got you." And then I tapped him again. I'm like, "Damn, I can't get you at all. You're going too fast." And he turns around, looks me dead in the eye, said, "You're not supposed to hit someone twice during slug bug, and punches me so hard that I had a bruise on my arm for weeks. And my Theo just had got out of prison, and I was sitting on the couch just in a tank top. I mean, I wasn't paying too much attention. I was like, it's been what, 3 or 4 days since it happened. I shouldn't have a bruise by now. And my Theo saw it, and he's like, who did that to you? Who did that to you? Throughout the relationship, yeah, I was hit here and there, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't like, whoa, that shit hurt. Like, I was crying because of it. It hurt so bad. And I don't cry that much when I get hit. I tell you what, been hit enough in my life. Last time I got hit with the belt, I looked at my mom and laughed. It doesn't hurt to hit me. That hurt. And my Theo, he just got out of prison, and he was about ready to go back. And I pleaded, I begged, like everyone in my family, like, please, please don't do anything. I just want him gone. But not gone, gone. I just want him out of my life. Because I'm tired of the abuse, tired of the mental, physical, everything he's put me through. And I know there's probably stuff I'm missing with this story. I know there's stuff that I just can't like think of right now because I didn't write down everything. I'm just telling you little snippets, like just little things. Um and then another with that day in the car. After that, we're driving home, and we dropped his friend off, which is like right next to the high school, so across town from where I lived. And you know, I was like, "Hey, you can take me home now? Like, I gotta go home soon. Like, what's the plan?" And he's like, "I gotta go home right now, so either find a ride or walk home." And he drops me off right in front of his best friend's house. And I didn't know what to do. I was freaking out. I mean, I was across town with a phone almost at freaking almost dead. It's like at 10% or something. I don't remember the actual percentage, but it was almost dead. And it was sunset. He dropped me off in the middle, like right in the edge of town at the high school, and I had to walk all the way to the other side of the town or call someone to pick me up. What do you think my family's gonna say if they found out I was hanging out with the same guy that would hurt me, that would cut me, that would mentally abuse me? And then he decides to drop me off at the side of the road next to some guy's house. What do you think they would say? So I decided I'm gonna start walking home, but then I realized I'm in the neighborhood of a friend's house. So I go to that friend's house, and they give me a ride home. Thank God, because who knows? It probably would have been like 10 o'clock at night by the time I got home, and I didn't want that ass whooping. I'm telling you what, I did not want this ass whooping. I was with him for 2.5 years, and I can't tell you everything that happened through a 2.5 year relationship. There's stuff in there that I had to block out. There's stuff that has happened to me that I haven't told no one, that I don't think I can ever tell anybody. Um, I can't remember everything. I'm trying to. I wish I could tell my full story, but I can't. But recently, about, I would say about 6, 7, 8 months ago, somewhere around that time, he was in a relationship. I think it was 9 or 10 months ago. Yeah, he was in a relationship with one of my old friends, and they weren't a best friend, they were just an old friend. And um he was abusing them really bad. He ran over one of my friends. He would beat this friend black and blue, and I had found out through another friend. That whole friend group at the time were just hanging out with Harley. I was just left in the dust. I had found out from another friend that nobody believed me when I would speak up about what he did to me. They always thought I was lying. That how were you ever with him? You know? Like, I was a liar. I lied about what he did to me, and they only believed me when they saw it happen to someone else. Nobody believed me until they saw it happen to another person that didn't believe me and just got with him. And then my second best friend, the best friend I made after the whole situation with the first best friend that was dating the guy's best friend. I had gotten a new best friend because stuff went down with that best friend. I can't get into that right now, but I will probably eventually. And um this best friend decided to get with him, knowing everything that happened to me, knowing more than what I'm telling you in this video, knowing almost, I would call them crying, bawling my eyes out. They have videos of me crying, and I know they do, of me bawling my eyes out because of him. I was actually wearing their dress on the day I was dropped off on the side of the road, close to it being dark, sundown. Um, that best friend was with me through a lot. Both of our cousins died at the same time. We spent that whole grieving time with each other, and it was brutal watching that best friend say that it's all me and the other friend's fault for having him arrested, because at the time he got arrested because he was saying all this stuff. I had to literally, I hate cops. I'm gonna tell you this once. I hate cops. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them so much. But the one time I have a cop come to the school and tell them my ex threatened me with a gun and threatened another girl with a gun. I need help. They had told me that that wasn't their district and that, or something like that, and that I needed to go to the sheriff because the sheriff manages that neighborhood. They couldn't help me when I was getting threatened by a gun. I was getting threatened my life. They couldn't help me. Thank you. Thank you for that. And they wonder why people hate cops. They wonder why we hate you guys so fucking much. Even if someone's just saying, hey, I'm getting threatened, you need to do something. I don't give a fuck if that's not your area. Someone's getting threatened their life. Fucking, what the fuck? Anyways, all that happened, and everything, blew up. He got arrested, not because of me, but because a Amazon driver saw him throwing that friend out of the car and onto the floor and beating that friend black and blue. And he got arrested. And then my ex best friend was like, it's all your fault that he got arrested because he said he would never treat me like that. And once you guys were broken up, I was supposed to get with him. And that you ruined that for me now because you got him arrested. And then he was no longer arrested, he got bailed out. I have his charges too. That friend was underage. They were 17, he was 19. He would give them weed, alcohol, he would beat them black and blue, and he would coerce them too. And that's all. That's chomo. That's fucking drugs to a minor. That's so many charges that were just dropped. Yeah. No, no, nothing happened. Oh, yeah, he had a gun, but no, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. And he would stay in relationships like this because he's now homeless and he only lives in a car. And he likes complete and utter control over the people, so he makes the people that he's with homeless as well and sleep in the same car as him. And if they leave the car, you don't want to leave the car. It's pretty much exactly what had happened to me, but instead of him saying he's going to kill himself, he's going to kill you. So I will say I never got the worst of it. I never did. But the emotional trauma, the physical trauma, and everything I had to deal with for years. Years. These people were with him for months. I was with him for years. And I'm not saying my trauma was worse than anybody, and I'm not saying my trauma was less than anybody, but if I was with him for years, I'm saying all the stuff that had happened to me and you didn't believe me. I mean, I guess it was because I was with him for years. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what had happened with all that, but I know it all happened and it's the most traumatizing time of my life. And I don't know how to explain it. Um Now the reason why I had to say something was because I recently got a text from that friend, that ex-best friend saying, "Hey, I'm out of the relationship." And I don't know what to say or do. Cuz you were my friend. I loved you more than anything. I'm barely hurt by what he did to me because I have washed that out of my brain and I've tried everything to just get over it. But what you did, what you said, what you're doing hurts more than anything he's ever done to me. He threatened me with a gun, and what you did hurts more. So, I'm just saying this in video. You know, I would never say this to their face or even text it because that shit's still raw, everything that happened. But at least I could say it here. Maybe one day stand up for myself. But for now, I'm out. Bye.